This is the Kazdoy Closet. I'm Kazdoy. That's my closet full of all the stuff that I love. And today it's a little bittersweet because we've come to the last film in this wonderful box set, After Dark Neo-Noir Cinema Collection 1 from Imprint. We've done episodes on the other films in this set, and you can check those out if you want to. And today's film, the last one in the set, boasts an amazing cast. Some were veteran actors at the time. Some were sort of at the beginning of their career and went on to bigger things. But the question is, does a great cast always equal a great film? Let's check it out. Today's film is Twilight from 1998, a brisk 90 minutes long in color. This is about basically a retired detective who does a favor for an old friend and then later on gets dragged into this old Hollywood murder mystery, and that's all I want to say. No spoilers at all coming from me here. The title Twilight really refers to the three main male characters who are in the twilight of their careers and in the twilight of their age. And it doesn't refer to the vampire films, the Twilight series at all, of course. The original title was Magic Hour, which is a term they use in filmmaking, and filmmaking has a little bit to do with this film as well. So those three aging characters I refer to are played by Paul Newman, Gene Hackman, and James Garner. More about this cast later on. But first I want to mention that this is very deliberately a neo-noir, especially to compare it to some of the other films in that box set that we've talked about before. There are so many trademarks from noir films. There's a voiceover by Paul Newman. There are several LA locations. There's a theme of fading movie stars and celebrity scandals going on. There is a world weariness to these older characters. Some other younger characters are kind of living on the edge, on the outskirts of society. There is kind of a femme fatale as well, and some really good, clever, pessimistic dialogue, mainly coming from the Paul Newman character and also Gene Hackman as well. And the music from the very beginning, I mean, it could come right out of a 1940s noir film. It's really a beautiful soundtrack, and it's done by Elmer Bernstein, who has about over 140 films to his credit. The director was Robert Benton, and he has a reputation for writing and directing, actually. He wrote and directed this one. Richard Russo wrote the novel it was based on, but Benton wrote Bonnie and Clyde. He wrote What's Up, Doc? He wrote the first Superman film, and he directed, and I believe he had a hand in writing as well, Kramer versus Kramer. He won the Oscar Best Director for that, and the film Places in the Heart, among many other credits. But let's talk about this really impressive cast. The main character is played by Paul Newman. He was 73 years old at the time. He died 10 years later. And this falls in between a really good Coen Brothers film, The Hudsucker Proxy. There's a film that is ripe for rediscovery and maybe a special edition. And the film Road to Perdition, which is another film that I like. Gene Hackman plays his friend. He was 68 years old at the time. He hasn't been in a film since 2004. I think that there may be some health problems involved. I'm not sure. And the third guy is James Garner, who was 70 years old at the time, and he's playing a character, kind of an update on his Rockford Files character. But these three guys are characters whose time is coming to an end, hence the name, the title Twilight. Susan Sarandon plays Gene Hackman's wife, and this was 3 years after she made Dead Man Walking, for which she won the Best Actress Oscar. And then at the very beginning, Gene Hackman wants Newman to retrieve his 17-year-old daughter. She's gone away, and she's kind of shacking up with this young guy. So he has to go get her. And that daughter is played by Reese Witherspoon. She was 22 years old at the time, but playing a 17-year-old. And if you're interested, she is topless in this film. I really like Reese Witherspoon mainly because of Election. That's enough for me, but she's such a good actress. This falls between the film Fear and Pleasantville, another film that needs to be rediscovered that's kind of been ignored, I think, that I really like. And the guy she's hanging out with is played by a very young Liev Schreiber. He was 31 years old at the time, and he's probably going to be best known for the series Ray Donovan. And then another actress shows up, and I'm looking at it thinking, I've never seen this actress in a film this old, and that is Margot Martindale, the great character actor. And she was 47 at the time. I've never seen her in a film before, this old. But I do know her from two series, Justified and one of my favorite series, The Americans. And she's just great in both of those. And then other people show up like Stockard Channing, M. Emmett Walsh, the great character actor from Blood Simple fame. And so just really an impressive cast. This is a very, very entertaining, enjoyable film. Very solid neo-noir flavor to it. It is unpredictable where it's going, except for the ending is pretty easy to guess. Nevertheless, 4 movie projectors out of 5. Why movie projectors? Well, Gene Hackman's character and Susan Sarandon's character, both actors, or they used to be actors, and there's a whole Hollywood backdrop to this film as well. So what's on this disc? Well, like I said, this is part of that box set from Imprint. There are 2 commentary tracks, which I did not listen to. There are 2 short features. One is an interview with the editor, and that's about 50 minutes long. There's a feature about the composer, Elmer Bernstein. It's about 12 minutes long. Both of those are good. Where can you see Twilight? Well, you can rent it, or if you want to buy it, it's also available on the Kino label. There's a sale right now. I'm recording this on April 11th, 2023. It's on sale for $9.99. You're not going to get the same features, of course. But Twilight, good way to end this box set. So feel free to leave a comment or suggestion down below. I want to thank the following people who have commented since our last episode, and they've commented on various episodes going way back, and that is Michael, Tina, Diod, Max, Rudy Boy, Chris, and Frankie. Thank you so much for taking the time to comment. Leave a thumbs up. Don't leave a thumbs down. Subscribe would be great. Share this with your friends and neighbors. I would like to thank and welcome 2 new subscribers, Magic32 Johnson, and I think he must be a Lakers fan, and SYC Jim. And I also want to make a toast to all of you out there. And this is, I know, a pretty wimpy toast, but it's like 12 noon here. And I want to make a toast because we are celebrating, we've reached our next goal of 450 subscribers. Wow. Thank you so much to you. And now on to our next goal, 475. So spread the word. We are also on the Letterboxd app, and that's where we leave brief written reviews of other things that we're watching that usually I don't talk about on this channel. And that's free. There's a link down below for that. And I have a new follower. Movie Marmalade is now following us on Letterboxd. So feel free to do that. Subscribing, Letterboxd, all that stuff's free. So please join us. And coming soon on this channel, right back there, Neo Noir Collection, After Dark Collection, Volume 2. Not right away, but now we're going to get to that one. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And see you next time.